Watford in yellow shirts, red shorts and red socks. Luton all in white. High noon in Hertfordshire. It's live on BBC Three Counties Radio. And as I often say on these occasions, we know it's not Merseyside, we know it's not Manchester, but it's ours. It's Watford against Luton, and it's live here on BBC Three Counties Radio with myself, Justin Dealey, who's normally on in much quieter circumstances on a Sunday lunchtime, and Derek Payne. We're about to get the game underway. Watford will attack the Vicarage Road end in this first half. Luton attacking the Rookery end, and goodness me, there's some noise around this famous old stadium. Luton bottom, 11 games without a win. Matt Bloomfield yet to taste victory as manager. Watford 6 points off the playoffs, but they've lost their last 5 league games here. So anything can happen, and probably will. Referee is Andrew Kitchen. He's waiting for the signal on this near side to get the game underway. You're with BBC Three Counties Radio, live at Vicarage Road, and we are underway in the derby. Kaminsky clears it long upfield for Luton, towards Morris, who flicks it on towards Isaiah Jones down the right-hand side. Jones up towards the edge of the penalty area, goes down, appeals for a free kick, not given. Watford clear to Asgard, across to Amari Bell. Bell cuts inside, is tripped there by Doumbia, and that will be a free kick to Luton midway inside the Watford half, and an early test for those centre-halves, Derek Payne, from this set piece.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. I'm sure Watford knew it was coming. First of all, the goalkeeper hits a long one. Morris does well, wins that. Doumbia gives away a silly free kick. He can't be doing that, showed his inexperience there, so Watford now have to defend a set piece into their box, and we know how good Luton can be from them.
Well, they might be missing Naismith and McGuinness, but there's still height there with Anderson and Morris and Nordas. Walsh curls it in right-footed into the back post. Mads Anderson is up there, gets a slight touch on it, but can't direct it goalwards, and it goes out of play for a goal kick, which Egil Selvik is going to leave on this near side for Kevin Kebben. So Watford are going to play out from the back. Kebben plays it short to Selvik, and the Norwegian clears left-footed. Selvik over the halfway line towards Doumbia, headed away by Anderson. Isaiah Jones flicks it on, tidied up by Delibashiru and also Larousse, back to Abankwah, and Abankwah goes back to Selvik, the goalkeeper. The Norwegian, quite a Norwegian interest today with Selvik and of course Asgard and Nordas for Luton, and Gakir on this right-hand side plays it forward for Doumbia to chase after. Mads Anderson's there, gets it back to Kaminsky, and Kaminsky back again to Anderson, and the Dane drives it forward right-footed towards Nordas, who flicks it on towards Morris, away by Abankwah. Flicked inside by Doughty towards Asgard. Asgard holding off Loser. Asgard plays it back to Nakamba, and it's fast and frenetic and everything we thought it would be. Walters down that right-hand side to Izzy Jones. Down the right-hand side towards Nordas, who's tackled by Abankwah, and it comes off the Luton striker, and it'll be a throw to Watford. All we were expecting, Justin, and more.
Absolutely, the atmosphere is fantastic, and Luton to win this game, as Derek's already alluded to today, for Luton to win, they've got to go direct, showing signs of that already.
0-0, 2.5 minutes played at Vicarage Road on BBC Three Counties Radio. Amari Bell inside the centre circle, clips it forward left-footed, away by Abankwah. Comes to Tom Ince on this right-hand side, some experience in that Watford midfield from Ince. So one-time Luton loanee, as we were mentioning earlier. Kebben inside to Loser, and Loser on the edge of his own penalty area strokes it out to Abankwah, and now Chakvetadze deep inside his own half. The little Georgian back to Selvik, all in green, and the keeper clears upfield towards Doumbia, brought under control by Anderson, quickly closed down by Doumbia, and then Watford pressing high up the pitch, win it back with Delibashiru, and now Chakvetadze prodding it forward to Kayembe, and support from Ngakir down this right-hand side. Chakvetadze with him, Ngakir inside to Kayembe. First real attack from Tom Cleverley's side. Loser to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze faced by Alfie Doughty. Now Kayembe out to the right-hand side to Ngakia, preferred to Andrews for this game. Back to Ince, who's in for Moussa Sissoko. Now Loser, captain this lunchtime, and it all slows down a little bit. And Loser has it back now for Watford, just over the halfway line. 0-0 in the derby, 4 minutes played. Loser strokes it across to a Bankwa coming forward with a bandage on that right wrist, the centre half. Out to Larousi, back inside to Deli Bashiru, and a patient bit of possession football from the Hornets.
Yeah, but the good thing with it, Simon, it's all in Luton's half. It's all the experienced players, Ince, Loser getting on the ball and just not taking risks, because it's all in Luton's half. So sensible by Watford.
Here's Loser, just a heavy pass from Ngakia. Luton win it back. Bell slices his clearance, tied it up by Isaiah Jones. Back to goalkeeper Kaminski. Kaminski in light blue, the Belgian. Jones clears upfield. Wrestling match there with Bankwa and Morris, but Nordas through and caught by Ngakia covering across. Luton are appealing for a red card, but Ngakia gets yellow because there was a covering player. Nordas fouled. We get a second look on the replay. The referee doesn't have that advantage, but my initial thought was that there was a covering defender.
I think there was a covering defender, but once again, Nordas, what we saw on Wednesday against Plymouth, he gets himself right in the action. So he's going through, it looks, so he's taken out, but there is a covering defender there. But Nordas looking dangerous already in the first 5 minutes.
Well, the Luton fans clearly feel there's been an error made there. We don't, I have to say. Derek?
No, not
covering player, I thought.
Covering player, so definitely not a red card for that. What they could have a case for is the way he's gone in. He's really gone in really hard. But I still think
the tackle itself was
the
bad
tackle
enough,
itself was pretty bad, but I still think it's a yellow.
So yellow for Ngakia, first yellow card of the game, and that may be interesting. Ngakia now has to walk the tightrope, and if Alfie Doughty gets a run on him, then that might be an opportunity for Luton later on. Coming up to 6 minutes played, 0-0, but a free kick for Luton midway inside the Watford half. Everybody back for the Hornets after that rather rash challenge by Ngakia to foul Nordas. And here's the free kick then for Luton, all in white, attacking the rookery end, which is absolutely packed away to our left-hand side. Doughty flicks it in. It's headed on by Morris, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper Selvik, who makes a fairly comfortable catch. Clipped in by Doughty, but Morris not able to get much power behind it. Selvik throws it out for Ince down this right-hand side. Ince plays it inside to Deli Bashiru. Back to Loser. Loser out to Ngakia down this right-hand side. And Ngakia breaks forward now for Watford. Midway inside the Luton half. Back to Imran Loser. 0-0. Loser onto his left foot. Thought about the long pass out to the left-hand side. Thinks again. Kebban plays it across to a Bankwa. Now Chakvetadze, but Luke will be happy to see him picking up the ball on halfway. Here's the Georgian again. Plays it all the way back to a Bankwa, and a Bankwa goes back to Selvik, and Selvik takes a touch and then tries to dribble it away and finds Kebban. And Kebban clears it right-footed down that right-hand side towards Doumbia, headed away by Bell, but the loose ball picked up by Ince. Ince down the right-hand side, support from Doumbia, flicks it out to Doumbia now, but Dumbia's drifted into an offside position, the youngster. And Tom Ince looks annoyed, to say the least, that the youngster has drifted into an offside position. But Luke, well, forcing Watford back, but Watford quite happy to go back to the goalkeeper if they need to.
The key for Luton to get anything out of this game is the first 20 minutes. If Watford get that goal, it's going to settle their nerves. And Luton have been impressive so far on the front foot. Couple of set pieces as well. Nordas again looking dangerous. So a really good, encouraging start for Luton Town.
Nearly 8 minutes gone, it's 0-0. Kaminski's clearance towards Morris. Morris flicks it inside to Asgard, but the flag's up over on the far side because Carlton Morris has come from an offside position to challenge for that ball, so it'll be a free kick for Watford. Watford 0, Luton 0 on BBC Three Counties Radio, all frequencies, digital and FM, live around the world on Watford iFollow, of course. with you as well through until 3 o'clock for all the after-match reaction. Watford go long for Doumbia, and eventually the flag goes up on this near side. He carried on, Doumbia, kept it in, but actually by the normal circumstances, that's quite an early flag. It was quite late, but it's quite early to what we're used to. And he kept looking, Doumbia, saying as if to say, I must be offside, and he was.
Yeah, but it's good to see Watford trying to play that ball in behind, especially in these first 15-20 minutes when the game's fast. So I like it that they're trying to go long at times as well. Just his inexperience of time in that run there, Doumbia.
Kaminsky with the resulting free kick long towards Morris, headed away by the Watford defence. Kebben clears up towards Kayembe, who has it whipped off him by Walsh, and then the tackles flying in that midfield area. Watford clear, Luton return it with Amari Bell. Now Asgard goes down, no foul, says the referee, arms and legs everywhere, and it's Loser emerges with it for Watford and plays it out to the left-hand side to Laroussi, and the Algerian comes forward over halfway, forward towards Doumbia. Doumbia can't bring it under control. Keeper comes and gets it in the end, and there's a nudge in the back by Anderson on Doumbia, and the referee points to the penalty spot. Anderson and Kaminsky got in each other's way there, and Doumbia kept the pressure on, and referee Kitchen points for a penalty. It appeared that Doumbia had completely miscontrolled it, and it was going to be shepherded back. We get another look on the replay. Here it comes. Anderson trying to shepherd it back, and then Kaminsky comes out and takes out the striker, does he? I'm not so sure. It's a little bit harsh. He's coming for the ball, Kaminsky, and the referee has given a penalty. I have to be honest, I'll call it as I see it. That's not a penalty for me. He's come for the ball, has he, Derek?
I think it's a penalty because I've just seen the replay again.
He just get a touch, Doumbia.
He gets the touch to the ball, and then the goalkeeper takes his legs. So for me, it's a penalty.
Second view, and remember, the referee only has one view. What about you?
It's harsh. For me, it's harsh. When you see it back for the third time, you're then thinking maybe that is a penalty. But the referee's making that decision without seeing those replays. And if Watford get this early goal, it's going to really set the tone for them.
Tom Delibashiru to take the penalty against Kaminsky. Drama already at Vicarage Road. 10 minutes gone, 0-0. Controversial penalty. Here comes Delibashiru against Kaminsky to give Watford the lead at the Vicarage Road end. Delibashiru right-footed into the corner, and Watford lead in the derby. Kaminsky went the right way, but Delibashiru strikes from the penalty spot, and Watford lead by a goal to 0. Calmness personified. Tom Delibashiru. It's Watford 1, Luton 0.
Yeah, great penalty, just like you said, Simon. Calmness, because especially in a game of this magnitude, he keeps his head really well. He keeps his eye on the goalkeeper, and he waits for the goalkeeper to move and then puts it in the opposite corner. Delibashiru. Really calm, confident penalty.
I mean, that for me is Luton season in a nutshell. The first 10 minutes looking good, a mistake at the back, and before you know it, you're 1-0 down away from home chasing the game. Really disappointing.
Wasn't right in the corner watching again. He just got fingertips to it, Kaminsky.
Yeah,
Might feel he could have saved
Kaminsky
it.
was close, but Luton were looking really comfortable, looking dangerous from set pieces, and we've seen it too often this season. Mistakes at the back, and yes, we saw it the third time thinking that's a penalty, but a mistake has happened at the back and they've scored from it.
Yeah, it's still a mistake when all's said and done, wasn't it? Kaminsky clears upfield again for Luton. Hornets clear up towards the halfway line. Now Jones on the right-hand side, and Watford now have got the bit between their teeth as Doumbia makes the challenge over on the far side and concedes the throw for Luton. As Justin Dealey was saying there, Luton starting quite well, settling into the game, but then a little bit of hesitancy at the back, and on third viewing, he gets a touch, Doumbia just sticks a leg out, and then Kaminsky takes him. So he's probably got that one right, the referee, as Luton come forward, but Loser's in the way, and Loser clears out to this right-hand side to Ince. And how will Luton's confidence, their fragile confidence perhaps, respond to going a goal behind? 12 out of 13 defeats on the road since the win at Millwall in September. But Watford have lost 5 in a row here, but you wouldn't know it listening to this crowd here, Derek.
Yeah, and obviously getting the goal, I would say it was a mistake on the goal as well. Even if it isn't a penalty or it is a penalty, it's a mistake between the goalkeeper and the centre-half Anderson and Kamiński. But yeah, the excitement's wrapped up. Watford, and now their players have to just stay calm.
Loser takes a free kick forward towards Doumbia, who flicks it on, but not going to find anybody in a yellow shirt, and that rolls harmlessly out of play. 13.5 minutes gone. Watford 1, Luton 0. Deli Bashiru from the penalty spot after, I think that in the end it was Kamiński who was penalised for the foul on Doumbia. He and Mads Andersen getting in a bit of a muddle. Doumbia just getting to it, but it was one you could have called either way.
And that's why it's so disappointing that Cal Naismith, who's been outstanding since he's come back on loan, wasn't in that position today. So that experience in a game like this, Cal 33, such a big loss. Be interesting to see Bloomfield's views after the game as well, because just before they went down, the Luton had got that penalty. There appeared to be a push on Asgard. Was that a free kick in the build-up to the penalty? I don't know.
Yeah, back inside the Watford half. Here's Ince to Loser edge of his area, goes back to the goalkeeper Selvik out to the left-hand side to Abankwah, who's closed down quickly by Walsh, but Abankwah cuts inside and clips it forward right-footed towards Doumbia, who's beaten in the air by Anderson, but tidied up by Kayembe, and now forward for Kayembe again from Larousse. Kayembe plays the cross in, Ince arriving, Kamiński has to intercept, otherwise it's a tap-in for 2-0. Kamiński had to come, had to get there, and did get there.
Good goalkeeping because he reads the situation. Larousse hits a lovely cross in, and Ince is coming onto it. If Kamiński stays on his line, Ince is going to have a light tap in 6-7 yards, so good goalkeeping there.
Kamiński clears upfield towards Nordas. Nordas trying to get past Kebben. Kebben slides in, back to Abankwah, and Abankwah goes back to Selvik. Selvik just rolls the ball on the edge of the 6-yard area. And at the moment, the two youngsters, both 21, Kebben and Abankwah, dealing with the threat which Luton's forward players have posed. Here's Loser. Loser clips it out to the left-hand side to Larousse. Larousse inside to Chakvetadze, inside his own half. Watford supporters urging the Georgian to have a run, and he rolls it forward to Ngakia, but sliding in his Nordas, and now Kamiński and Doughty leave it for each other, and Kamiński clears upfield. Kebben is there. Deli Bashiru tidies up. Loser's just standing there as if he's directing traffic. He is absolutely running the show, Imran Loser. Plays it forward to Ince. Space for Ince between the Luton midfield and strikers. Ince over the halfway line. 1-0 Watford lead, and have looked much more confident since taking the lead through that Deli Bashiru penalty. Loser in behind, Doughty comes across to intercept and clear the ball away. Deli Bashiru heads it forward, finds Kayembe to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze faced by Rule Walters. Chakvetadze's off down that left-hand side. Has support from Larousse. Still Chakvetadze down that left-hand touchline. Still going the Georgian. Back inside onto his right foot. Whips the cross into the near post. Too close to Kamiński, who makes the save. And Luton's defence being pulled left and right.
Absolutely, you can see Watford's towels that they're well up. They know that Luton are there for the taking. The second goal is going to be absolutely crucial now, because if they go and get a second goal now, it's done. The game is done. Luton have just got to find something from somewhere again to try and get a bit of control back in this game, because at the moment they're nowhere near in it.
Long ball from Kamiński, and Ngakia challenging with Nordas, hooked away by Kebben. Has to be careful, and Ngakia after that early yellow card. Back with Mads Andersen now to Amari Bell. Under pressure quickly from Watford. Asgard on this near side. Asgard rolls it inside to Nakamba. Nakamba will switch it out to the right-hand side towards Izzy Jones, who takes it in his stride, gets away from Larousse, gets the cross in, blocked by Abankwah, but it'll be a Luton corner. Just committed a bit too early there, Larousse, didn't he? And Izzy Jones got there ahead of him and was away, and Abankwah had to make the cover.
Yeah, and what I will say from Luton's point of view, they haven't panicked since going behind. Yeah, Watford have had a lot of ball, Loser and Deli Bashiru dictating things, but there they showed one switch of play, they're always going to be dangerous at 1-0. One switch of play, they nearly get a cross in, nearly get into Watford's box, so Watford have to stay concentrated. This game is far from over.
17, nearly 18 minutes gone. 1-0 to Watford. Here's Alfie Doughty with the corner. Swings it into the back post, punched away by Selvik. Good punch away by the goalkeeper, who takes a knock to the head and stays down. Watford have the ball on this near side, and referee will blow because he just took a knock to the head there, Egil Selvik. An accidental one, I think, from Nordas. But Luton weren't going to make any benefit, and Kevin had not released the ball early on this near side, so right thing from referee Andrew Kitchen, just to check that the goalkeeper's okay, and he will drop the ball for Kevin on this near side. Carlton Morris is unhappy with something or other. I'm just explaining why to referee Kitchen. Maybe still complaining about the penalty. We shall perhaps find out later on. Kebben clears upfield as the ball's dropped to him, gives it straight to Nakamba. Doughty clips it back into the edge of the box, but behind Morris and through to Selvik, and Selvik will just tap it to Yasser Laroussi. And Laroussi back inside to Abankwa, short to Delibashiru. Delibashiru closed down by Walsh. Opposition teams often target Delibashiru on the edge of his own penalty area. Loser back to Selvik, and Selvik inside his 6-yard area. Kebben is preventing Nordas getting close, and Kayembe lays it off to Abankwa, and Abankwa surges forward up towards the halfway line, but has given it straight to Walsh. Luton can counter here with Morris down the right-hand side. Morris edge of the penalty area, just checks Morris. Back to Walsh, bundled over Morris. Play continues. Walsh loses it to Laroussi, and now Chakvetadze can bring it away for Watford. Chakvetadze up towards the halfway line. Good sliding tackle from Nakamba. Ince in there with a challenge. Now Ngakia. Forward to Chakvetadze, flicks it inside to Ince. Ince plays it forward, fought late by Nakamba. Referee has given the throw. He's allowing quite a bit to go here, Mr. Kitchen, for both sides. There's some meaty challenges going in, Justin, but he's letting it go.
Really tough. A moment ago, though, great opportunity for Luton. Morris down the right-hand side. Just took way too long to get that ball in. They cannot waste these opportunities because they won't get many.
1-0 to Watford. Kevin Kebben in possession. Second start for Kebben. At the moment, it looks like his 202nd. He's calmness personified. Now Loser, midway inside the Watford half. Out to the right-hand side. Space for Ngakia. Doughty had got dragged inside. Here's Ngakia. Ngakia cuts back inside. Little short pass to Ince. Ince back to Loser. Loser to Delibashiru. Back again to Loser. Loser plays it across to Kebben. Now Delibashiru. Delibashiru out to the right-hand side to Ngakia. Ngakia takes a touch. Back to Delibashiru, but Luton marking up. Forcing Watford back into their own half. Delibashiru trying to turn away from Walsh and does so, and then rolls it across to Abankwa, who comes striding forward over the halfway line. Finds Laroussi. Laroussi cuts inside, plays it in, gets the 1-2. Laroussi, still Laroussi. Great tackle. Comes out to Loser. Still Loser. Loser into the arms of Kaminsky. Made room for the shot, Loser. Ince is saying I was unmarked. Loser apologises. Nearly 2-0.
Brilliant football. All started from the middle of the pitch. They're dominating in there, Watford. Loser, Delibashiru, Ince. That's how it all starts. Great 1-2 on the edge of the box. Loser turns brilliantly onto his right, back onto his left. I would say good positioning from Kaminsky, though, because it was a decent shot, but Kaminsky easy save for him. But good football, all from the base, from Watford dominating midfield.
Abankwa hooks it forward, headed away by Rule Walters, flicked on by Walsh. Breaks now for Kayembe, striding forward. Kayembe surging forward, finds Ince down the right-hand side. Ince cuts inside, still Ince in towards Doumbia. Doumbia, edge of the penalty area, finds Kayembe. Kayembe plays it out to the right-hand side to Ngakia. First time cross for Ngakia. Dumbia's header, flicked behind by Walters. Was it? Doumbia thinks so, but it's going to be a goal kick. Asgard is complaining that he was fouled again in the build-up to that. One or two Luton fans thought so as well, but think back to October. You know,
it's a local derby.
It's a local derby. You're not going to get time on the ball. You might get a nudge in the back. You might just get caught a little bit, Tello Asgard, but welcome to Watford versus Luton.
Sadly, in this game so far, in the first 22 minutes, Watford, if you look at that midfield area, they've got all the time in the world. And that's where they're dominating.
Yeah, and also they're getting time out in the wide areas. They're clever enough to keep the ball in the middle of the pitch and then work it to the wide areas. And because you've got 3 at the back, Luton, and 1 wing back, they're doubling up Watford.
Here's Chakvetadze breaking down the left-hand side. Players in the centre. Chakvetadze, still Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze squares it. Tucked in by Kayembe. And Watford lead by 2-0. And it is as simple as that. Luton's defence sliced apart by Watford down that left-hand side. Giorgi Chakvetadze leading Luton, a merry dance, the Georgian. He skipped past challenge after challenge, rolled it across, and Kayembe couldn't miss. He didn't miss, and it is one-way traffic at Vicarage Road. It's Watford in control. It's Watford 2, Luton 0.
Yeah, brilliant play from Watford up the left-hand side. Just mentioning that you've got that Luton playing with wing-backs wide open in their full-back areas. Chakvetadze, brilliant down to the byline. Can he produce? Yes, he can. Goes round the defender. Can he find his teammate? He does that nicely by a nice left foot across, tapping Kayembe back post. And Watford deserved that. Over the last 10 minutes, they dominated the football.
Goals changed games. The penalty changed it for me, and since then Watford have taken control. But it's way too easy, Simon. How many times this season we said that?
They play very well, but it's far too easy.
Yeah,
Not ball from Kaminski, headed inside by Nordas, but Watford are there, and Ngakia forward to Loser, back again to Ngakia, and then Doughty catches Loser late, and that will be a free kick to Watford on the edge of their own penalty area, and Loser will just take a little bit of time, and Alfie Doughty just looks utterly cheesed off and has taken it out on Imran Loser. But I mean, I'm not condoning it, but at least somebody's putting their foot in there, just.
I mean, Alfie Doughty, we talk about quality in Luton side. Alfie Doughty is way better than playing for a team that's at the bottom of the Championship.
Not seen it, has he, though, on this side?
No, he's not had the ball. He had the ball on Wednesday a lot going into the box. I wanted to see more of Izzy Jones, but Alfie incredibly frustrated because it is way too easy again for Luton to be beaten today.
Yeah, and what I would say to that is, Justin, at the middle of the park is where Luton are losing it, and you've alluded to that as well. They're 3 in midfield. Imran Loser, Deli Bashiru are dominating them, and Tom Ince, Chakvetadze, they're dominating the three Luton players.
This is nothing that Luton didn't know coming into the game, Derek. Who's this Loser? Never heard of him. We know what he can do. He's running the show.
Exactly, Justin. So then you've got to look at the setup, and also they've got 2 wing-backs. The wing-backs are getting overloaded as well, Luton. I just think that Bloomfield set you up wrong. Yeah. You're getting done in the middle of the pitch, outnumbered.
Little tussle between Doumbia and Bell a moment ago. Bell just catching Doumbia in the face. Doumbia went down. Referees come across and said, "Come on, son, let's just get on with the game." And once again, Andrew Kitchen, for me, well, the penalty is open to debate, but otherwise he's trying to play on as much as he can. Free kick to Luton here, just over the halfway line, just inside the Watford half. Watford 2 up here if you're just tuning in. Deli Bashiru's penalty, and Kayembe, after Chakvetadze sliced through Luton's defence, such as it was. And here's a free kick for Luton, who desperately need to get the next goal. Doughty to take it, places it short to Walsh. Walsh clips it in right-footed, looking for Izzy Jones. Jones right edge of the penalty area, under pressure from Kayembe. Kayembe gets a foot in. Jones goes down, then picks the ball up, and the linesman and the referee signal a free kick for handball. Izzy Jones, you play to the whistle. You don't just pick the ball up.
I mean, he's somebody I want to see more of. He's had one moment in this game where one touch and his pace has got him in there. I want to see more of him, and we haven't seen it so far today. They need to utilise that pace that he's got, that is going to scare defenders.
So free kick to Watford. Egil Selvik to take it. Tom cleverly looking on, hands in pockets on the edge of the technical area. Ball flicked on, cleared by Kaminski, who just literally hacks it anywhere, to be honest. And Ngakia forward to Ince, back to Loser. Loser, little touch back to Kebben. And Kebben will play it back to Selvik. And Selvik thinks about a short pass and in fact makes it to Abankwah over on the far side. Now Chakvetadze, Walters trying to get a touch. Abankwah clears now right-footed up towards the halfway line. Doumbia challenging with Doughty, Anderson covering across. He and Bell keep possession for Luton. Anderson goes long towards Morris. Morris, ball intercepted by Abankwah as Morris is held off there by Larousse. And Abankwah now surging forward past Nakamba as if he isn't there. Now Chakvetadze down the left-hand side, taking on Walters. Chakvetadze gets the cross in away by Amari Bell, and that'll be a corner over on the far side to Watford. And marvellous Nakamba's running through treacle, Justin.
He is, and I have to say at this moment...
That's that midfield area.
I'm massive fears now what the score could be, because every time Watford go forward, it looks like they're going to score. They're using that pace and power.
Yeah, and also they're winning the tackles, which it might surprise. Before the game, you think Luton would be more physical, Luton will win the tackles, but Watford...
Since that first goal, they want it.
Yeah, and of course, the adrenaline's there. They're pumped up, but they've been good in that department as well, Watford, so far.
Here's the corner, played short by Lusa to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze sets off into the box, left-hand side, whips the cross in, headed away by Carlton Morris, back there defending. Comes out to Tom Ince onto his left foot, rolls it into the edge of the box, he's blocked. Nakamba's clearance spins out to Jones down the right-hand side, and Watford have rather wasted that set piece, and Izzy Jones breaking forward down the right-hand side, but nobody really up with him at the moment. Still Jones, right-hand side, still Jones in behind, he's done ever so well, inside the box, goes down, referee says no penalty. Jones is appealing, but it was more in hope than expectation, I think, but Watford have now given it away again. Here's Walters, gets his cross in, blocked by Chakvetadze, and that's a throw. Izzy Jones saying he got a nudge in the back, but I think there's got to be more there, maybe.
Yeah, I think it would have been soft.
I mean, he was on his own. It's a great run.
4 players around him.
It's a slight touch from Deli Bashiru. Play continues into the Watford box, headed back inside by Doughty, cleared by Watford. Deli Bashiru leaves it for Abankwah, and Abankwah clears, but only as far as Asgard. Asgard now coming forward for Luton. Asgard out to the left-hand side to Doughty. Doughty back again to Asgard. Space for him. Crosses into the near post. Half cleared by Ngakia. Comes to Morris. Morris to the byline. Morris whips in the cross to the back post. Headed away. Comes out towards Nakamba, who heads it forward. Pounced on by Selvik. Slight question mark over Nordas whether he got a push there, but they're not appealing for it. But it was a great run to go back from that from Izzy Jones, but had to go in alone because nobody was there.
Yeah, and in the first place, I thought Izzy Jones should have played it earlier. Then he held on to the ball too long, and by the time he had Watford players around him. But, you know, still not feeling comfortable. It's 2-0, but...
Giving it away a few times.
The next goal, obviously massive. If Watford get it and go 3-0, then I'll be a lot more comfortable. But Luton has shown enough threat.
Here's Loser out to Abankwah. I think there with Jones, he appealed, but nobody else did in white shirts. Imran Loser has it for Watford. Watford 2, Luton 0 on BBC Three Counties Radio, and Watford I follow. Here's Chakvetadze, off he goes again. Chakvetadze over the halfway line. Still Chakvetadze, good tackle on him by Jones. Fair one, breaks for Ince down the right-hand side. No complaints there. Now Ince rolls it inside to Loser. Loser switches it out to the left-hand side where Larousse's got acres of space. Larousse up towards the edge of the area, goes down under the challenge. Kayembe has it now. Kayembe tackled by Walters, and Walters will clear up towards the halfway line. Chested down by Nordas, who has it whipped off by Deli Bashiru. Abankwah was behind him, and Deli Bashiru picked his pocket. Here's Deli Bashiru to Ngakia. Ngakia just over the halfway line. Little touch to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze inside to Deli Bashiru. Back again to Chakvetadze, who plays it back to Kebban, and a bit of respite for the Luton defence, and Kebban plays it back to Selvik. Selvik short to Loser. Loser out to the left-hand side to Abankwah. Abankwah coming forward for Watford, just checks his run back inside to Imran Loser. 32 minutes gone, it's Watford 2, Luton 0. And Kebban out to the right-hand side to Chakvetadze, faced by Carlton Morris. Chakvetadze flicks it inside to Deli Bashiru, scorer of the opening goal from the penalty spot. Controversial penalty, but referee Andrew Kitchen giving it for the foul, I think in the end by Kaminski on Doumbia. as he and Anderson got in a bit of a pickle. Here's Abankwah now coming forward. Abankwah cuts back inside to Louza. Watford just keeping possession at the moment. Here's Deli Bashiru, flicks it forward to Chakvetadze. Patience from the Hornets. Chakvetadze flips it forward towards Ince, headed away by Anderson. Comes to Walsh, back towards Walters, who's under pressure from Ince, and Rule Walters clears up towards the halfway line. Louza chests it down. Nobody within about 5 yards of him, and off he goes down the left-hand side, the Moroccan. Tackle comes in over on the far side from Jones. Louza wins it back, though, over by the corner flag. Tries to win a corner. I think it'll be a goal kick. Yes, it is. But in fairness to Izzy Jones, is actually getting up and down the pitch and getting some defending as well as some attacking.
Absolutely, and one thing that he's got in abundance is he's really, really quick. And Watford going down that left-hand side are broken with pace, so it's good that he's there. But also in attack, he's been at the heart of everything that Luton have tried to do in this first half hour. 2-0
Watford lead. That Deli Bashiru penalty added to on 23 minutes by Kayembe after a great run from Chakvetadze. Clearance comes to Nordas now. Nordas for Luton, back inside to Walsh, to Nakamba, who plays it out to Jones down the right-hand side. Jones plays it back to Walters. Walters in the side because McGuinness is ruled out through injury, and crucially Cal Naismith as well. Luton missing those two big game defenders. Here's Asgard coming forward now, with Morris preferred to Adebayo, coming back into the starting 11. Nordas keeping his place. Watford leaving Pollock on the bench, but Keben and Abankwah doing splendidly so far. Here's Walsh, tackled by Chakvetadze. Now Kayembe up towards the halfway line. Little touch to Chakvetadze, and off he goes again down that left-hand side. Chakvetadze, still Chakvetadze, support from Larouci. Larouci faced by Walters, whips in the cross. Doumbia dives in with the header, but under pressure from Bell, heads it wide.
Yeah, very productive down that left-hand side, Watford, all this first half. And, you know, the midfield of Watford deserve a lot of credit. Kayembe involved, Chakvetadze involved, Deli Bashiru, Louza, Tom Ince. They're dominating this game at the moment. There's a lot of good rotation in there from Watford, and I think Luton's midfield three haven't got a clue who to pick up. They're chasing shadows when Watford are in good possession.
Kaminsky clears upfield. Morris gives Abankwah a little nudge. Abankwah still heads it away. Headed away then by Walters. Jones hooks it forward for Nordas to chase after. Keben across there to win that header. Deli Bashiru's there to tidy up. Plays it across to Ngakia, who's closed down by Asghar, but Ngakia plays it forward early towards Ince down the right-hand side. Amari Bell with him, but Ince is just going to keep it in, is he? Well, he prevents it from going out for a goal kick and puts it out for a throw down the right-hand side. Tom Ince and Amari Bell, two players who probably, in fairness to them both, have been quicker in their day, so it was quite an even match actually, and in the end Ince conceding the throw down by the corner flag in front of the Luton supporters, who are looking on with not a lot of singing being done in that half of the Vicarage Road end. Bell clears upfield now for Luton towards Nordas. Flicked away by Keben. Tidied up by Abankwah. Here's Ngakia. Now Louza. Louza lays it off for Ngakia. Ngakia plays it back to Keben. Keben inside his own half. We'll look for Abankwah. Under pressure from Nordas, and Keben just holding on to it a little bit too long there, Derek Payne.
Just give his supporters.
Gets it back to Selvik.
Yeah, give his supporters a heart attack.
Here's Louza on this near side. Little back heel from Louza. Party tricks coming out now from him. Doumbia turns away from Anderson, but Bell is there to tidy up. And I'm not sure about that from Louza. That might, if you're Luton, that's going to wind you up. And that should fire you up to something.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, but you know he's got the talent to do it. But it's early in the game. It is early in the game, and I think it isn't showboating by him there. I think he just knew he was in a tricky position. So I'm going to just get it to my teammate.
Yeah,
but it will fire up Luton.
Well, they need something, don't they?
They do. 11 games without a win. 7 games without a win under Matt Bloomfield, 12 out of 13 away, but they won 3-0 in October. It gave Luton supporters hope, but it's following a familiar trend.
If they get one, you just never know, because that's when the nerves are going to set in for Watford.
Well, they've lost five in a row here.
Absolutely.
Selvig plays it short to win, since under pressure from Bell has to go back to the goalkeeper. Bell carries on the run, but Selvig clears upfield, and off goes Larouci down that left-hand side, and Larouci's got away from Walters. Walters just gets back to him and makes the challenge. It's a great spot from Selvig. It's a pass from him. Luton clear back upfield. Nordas heads it down for Morris. Morris cuts back inside. The two linking up there. Morris just needs some support. Morris has to go back to Nakamba, and Nakamba now has to play it across to Amari Bell. Any forward momentum lost there. Watford have got players back. Doughty down the left-hand side. Doughty into the edge of the box towards Nordas. Nordas has it flicked away from him by Kebben, as Ngakia was there to help out. Then Kebben slips and Nordas has got it down the left-hand side, and Kebben has to bundle him over, and that'll be a free kick.
Yeah,
mistake from Kebben. Just slipped there. A bit too casual, and Nordas is in, and he's bundled over. Free kick, Luton.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Even though as dominant as Watford are, 2-0 scoreline in this sort of game, a derby game, you're never comfortable. You want that third, because mistake from Watford, they get a set piece now, Luton. As much as Watford are dominating the ball, you know Luton are a threat from set pieces, so I'd be a lot more comfortable if Watford got a third. 2-0. Well, it's still up in the air.
Great position as well.
Crucial set piece. Yeah, Walsh is there as well. Walsh with his right foot, Doughty with his left. Sort of midway, almost between the touchline and the edge of the penalty area. Left-hand side for Luton as they attack the Rookery end here. 2-0 down the Hatters. Watford in control of the game. But can Luton conjure something from the set piece? Walsh swings it in, great delivery. Morris almost on the end of it. Comes out to Asgard. Asgard forced back edge of the penalty area. Still Asgard holding off one challenge. Flicks it back to Walsh. Walsh plays it short to Doughty. Doughty swings it in left-footed. Everybody misses it. In the end, it's cleared, I think, by Abankwah. Now Amari Bell. Walsh flicks it out to Doughty. Doughty first run down the left-hand side from him. Clips in the cross to the back post. Anderson heads it back across goal when Morris was there. And Morris wanted it headed back across to him, but Anderson, I think, went to the back post. But it's the first time Doughty's got down the left side, and it causes Watford problems.
He's such a wizard with his left foot. He goes down the left foot with a bit of pace. He gets the ball in. Seeing the replay now, it kind of hangs in the air, and Anderson was trying to get it across to Morris, but just couldn't quite manage to get that back in time.
Yeah, good defending, I would say, from Abankwah at the back post, because he knows Anderson's coming in behind him, so he makes sure that he can't get a free header.
Selvig clears for Watford. First time Luton have really got in behind. Headed away by Anderson. Asgard flicks it inside, but straight to Deli Bashiru, who's found Ince. And Doughty just on his heels a little bit there. Still Ince into the edge of the area to Doumbia. Doumbia plays it back to Loser. Loser to Deli Bashiru, out to the right-hand side to Ngakia. Ngakia flicks the ball back inside to Deli Bashiru. Now Loser, Deli Bashiru again. Chakvetadze wants it over on the far side. Kayembe helps it on to Larouci. Larouci thinks about the shot, takes it left-footed, but always going well wide of Kayembe's, Kaminski's right-hand post. And Chakvetadze's given him a look to say, look, they see this big area here with me in it. Why didn't you give it to me?
You can't blame Larouci, though. He's about 20-25 yards. Opened up. Luton, that midfield area. Watford just played it from right to left. Overloaded there, got an extra man. I don't blame Larouci for taking that shot on. He has got the option outside him, but there's no one in front of him. He's got to take that shot on.
41 minutes gone in the derby. Watford 2, Luton 0 on BBC Three Counties Radio. Don't forget, we're with you through until 3, so you can have your say with Luke at the end of the game, and half-time as well, if you so desire. Tweet at BBC Sport 3CR, WhatsApp 08000 321 333, text 81333, start your message 3CR. With you through until 3 with all the reaction, and you can get that as well on BBC Sounds via our social media. Here's Ngakia for Watford on the right-hand side, back to Kebben. Kebben plays it back to Selvik, who's been under pressure a few times, but not a serious save to make yet. Loser a bit short to Abankwah, but he clears it up field towards Doumbia. Doumbia chests it on, and Ince takes it in his stride, and then Ince blocked off by Anderson, who made absolutely no attempt to play the ball, and that's a booking for Mads Anderson.
Yeah, it's a definite yellow. I mean, he takes him out. Good play from Doumbia as well, I must say. Doumbia.
A good little flick.
Good flick.
Breaks forward there, Tom Ince, and Anderson just takes him out. Doughty's covering across, and I think there's the gentleman in front who wanted a red, but I think finally admits to himself that Tom Ince probably hasn't got the pace that he wants to get there.
But that probably shows you how slow Mads Anderson can be, because you've already alluded to the fact that Tom Ince is certainly not as quick as he was many years ago. He has flown past him.
Tom Ince is playing like a man possessed today.
Yeah, Tom Ince has been outstanding. His experience is showing in this first period.
Free kick to Watford then, midway inside the Luton half. Everybody back for the Hatters, 2-0, 2.5 minutes to go, plus whatever time Mr. Kitchen adds on at the end of this first half. Free kick to Watford. Chakvetadze standing over it, loser as well. It's Chakvetadze who drifts it in, and it's headed over and wide, but the referee's whistle has gone for a bit of push and shove on the edge of the area. Just as Chakvetadze was about to strike that, referee blew for a bit of pushing and shoving between Nordas and Kayembe. Nordas is contesting the decision, or really the decision, but the ticking off he's getting, and Chakvetadze will do it all again. Free kick then, here he goes again. Chakvetadze clips it in right-footed, swings it in again towards the back post, headed away by Asgard, and then by Nordas, who heads it away, and under no pressure at all, heads it straight out for a corner. And you're shaking your head, Just.
Very, very poor, because it's just before half-time. If I said 2-0, that the game's done, but you never know in a derby if Luton get one back. Watford again have been OK from set pieces so far, got a chance here just before half-time. If it's 3, that really is game done.
So, approaching the last minute of normal time. Watford 2 up, corner to the Hornets at the Vicarage Road end. Imran Louser to take it far side. Here he comes, left-footed, whips it in towards the near post, headed away by Asgard. Comes out to Chakvetadze, who rather loses momentum by not controlling it, but might still have a shooting opportunity. Here he goes again. Chakvetadze with his right foot, but straight into the arms of Kaminsky. Bit of swerve on it, bit of dip, but Kaminsky in the right place.
Yeah, and I saw a miscontrol from him there, which rarely happens, but gets his shot off. More positive play from Watford. They kept the ball from the set piece, kept Luton pinned back.
Here's Nakamba, gets rid of it first time to Asgard for Luton in that midfield area. Back to Nakamba. Nakamba across to Rule Walters. Finds Isaiah Jones down the right-hand side, closed down by Larousse. Isaiah Jones has to go back to Walters. Last few seconds of normal time as we wait for Bentona, the fourth official, to hold up the board on this near side. Amari Bell cuts inside away from Doumbia. Little touch inside to Nakamba. Luton trying to rescue something from this first half. Forward to Morris. Morris turns, finds Asgard. Asgard, 2 minutes of added time. Asgard plays it back to Nakamba. Nakamba just outside the centre circle in the Watford half. Rule Walters forward to Isaiah Jones, faced by Larousse. Isaiah Jones down the right-hand side. Still Jones, sets off on a run, gets away down the right-hand side, keeps it in, gets the cross in, headed away by Abankwah. Comes out to Liam Walsh, finds Amari Bell. Bell down this left-hand side, nobody with him. Oh, it's a heavy challenge from Doumbia into the back of Amari Bell. Silly one again from Doumbia, Derek Payne.
Yeah, very silly.
The free kick just outside the box.
Yeah, showing his inexperience, Doumbia. He's done that 2 or 3 times, and when you're into the last minute of extra time in the first half, you're into the second minute of it, you're in your own half, you shouldn't be giving away this set piece, because in this first half Luton haven't looked dangerous apart from probably crosses in the box or set pieces. So a real inexperienced foul there. Yeah, it was from Doumbia.
To make it real strikers foul, real 18-year-olds foul, to be perfectly honest, which is what he is. Izzy Jones again with a great run down that right-hand side. That has been the outlet for Luton in this first half. And Luton now with this potential lifeline at the end of this first half. Watford conceding the free kick. left-hand side, 15 yards outside the box, roll to Walsh, who strikes it straight against Chakvetadze. Doughty now goes on the outside away from Ince. Doughty whips in the cross-cut shot, punched away by Selvik, out to play for a corner. So Luton, rather than putting it into the mix, went for shots and well, they've won themselves a corner.
Mixing it up again, aren't they?
30 seconds to go. Corner to Luton down this left-hand side. Walsh and Doughty standing over it. 2-0 Watford lead, but Luton with a chance again from this set piece. Last few seconds of the first half at Vicarage Road. Doughty's going to leave it for Walsh. Walsh takes it right-footed in towards the near post. Flicked away by Kayembe. Shot comes in from Isaiah Jones. Spins off a Watford player and it goes out of play for a corner, which there won't be time to take. Referee blows for half-time and Watford have a commanding 2-0 lead. Bit of pressure from Luton from set pieces. Bit of pressure from runs from Izzy Jones. But Watford very much in control. 2 goals in the first 23 minutes, the first from the penalty spot, somewhat controversial. We've had 3 looks at it and only then thought that perhaps Doumbia got a touch and then Kaminsky did bring him down, but the referee gave it on first look. Delibashiru slotted it home and then Chakvetadze with one of those mazy runs setting at Kayembe. And the change for the Hornets is Ryan Andrews coming on, but it's Yasser Larouci who is coming off Derek Payne, which presumably is an injury thing.
Well, that's interesting because maybe you mentioned Jones getting to the byline a few times in the first half. Maybe he feels Ngakia can do a better job, but Ngakia is on a yellow card, so that is interesting that Andrews comes on at right back. I thought he would have come on for Ngakia because he's on that yellow card, Ngakia's
going to play left back.
He's going to play left back, so maybe they're a bit worried about Jones having an effect at the end of that first half.
So we're back underway. Watford 2, Luton 0 in the derby. It's BBC Three Counties Radio, live at Vicarage Road. Watford yellow shirts, red shorts, red socks. Playing from right to left as we sit here in the Sir Elton John stand. They're attacking the rookery end. And here's Giorgi Chakvetadze losing possession. Isaiah Jones playing it forward to Carlton Morris. Run through the teams in a moment. Shandon Baptiste getting a first touch in that centre circle, playing it across to Amari Bell. Back inside to Baptiste, forward to Walsh, who lays it off for Asgard. I think Anderson must be an injury, maybe? I mean, that's a big call, throwing Makosso in. Anyway, here's Baptiste wide out to the right-hand side, who's been playing for the under-21s pretty much since he arrived. Now here is Makosso inside that centre circle across to Amari Bell. Luton all in white attacking the Vicarage Road end. Asgard down the left-hand side, clips in the cross to the back post. Comfortable catch for Egil Selvik. So Selvik in goal. Back 4 now of Andrews, Kebban, Abankwah and Larouci. In Loser and Delibashiru, Ince, Kayembe and Chakvetadze and Doumbia up front. As Amari Bell under pressure from Ince brings the ball away for Luton, finds Liam Walsh, who goes back to goalkeeper Kaminsky. Remaining subs for Watford: Bonds, Serralta, Pollock, Vatabea, Morris, Ramirez, Espan and Nabizada. Luton now with Kaminsky in goal as they play it forward for Carlton Morris to chase after, with Jacob Brown down the left-hand side, fires it in towards the side netting, takes a deflection actually and goes behind for a corner for Luton. Kaminsky in goal, Walters, Makosso, and Bell. Jones and Doughty out wide, Baptiste and Walsh centre midfield, Asgard, Brown and Morris. Remaining subs: Krul, Adebayo, Clark, Ali, Johnson and Bowler. Referee is Andrew Kitchen. He's given this corner for Luton, left-hand side for the Hatters in the opening 2 minutes of this second half. Watford 2 up. Here's the corner. Walsh takes it right-footed, swings it in, headed away at the back there for Watford by Doumbia. Now here's Jones down the right-hand side, tries to go round Abankwah, but just overhits it, Izzy Jones, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. But it's an interesting change, isn't it? I'm still not sure whether Anderson is injured or not. I mean, he's experienced, Anderson. Yes, he's, as we've been saying, made the mistake, but Makosso is such a rookie.
He is, however, Anderson, you saw in the first half the way Ince went past him. He does that again, he's off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's on the booking, of course, which is what we thought might be the Watford substitution, but it hasn't been. Here's Doumbia trying to find Chakvetadze away by Walters, and then Ngakia tidies up on this near side. Watford not really having to adapt to the changes, because it's not a positional changes. It is not a change of shape from Luton, really.
No, but what I would say is Brown adds that pace up the top. It does give Watford a different problem, because Brown has got pace and will run in behind, so it's a different problem for the two Watford centre-halves.
Luton looking to attack down the left-hand side, but Andrews brings it away. Right-hand side, the Watford substitute for Larousse, but he switched to right back, and Ngakia left back. Now here's Loser. Back to Andrews, who clears upfield, but beyond everybody in yellow. Well, then, nobody's chasing after it. Home fans want Doumbia and Kayembe to chase after, and Tom Cleverley on the touchline, just wanting to pick the pace up a little bit for Watford. Bit of a sluggish start from the home team, although Luton have given it away again over on the far side, and Watford win the throw. Cleverley just wants them to be up and at it a bit more, I think.
Yeah, you've seen that if you move the ball quick, especially in the first 10-15 minutes of both halves, you have to move the ball quick in this game, the Derby game. So that's what he wants them to do. They just started a bit. The other thing is 2-0 up. Sometimes you can go a little bit passive, and I think Tom Cleverley wants them to get back on the moving the ball quickly, get dominating the football again.
Jacob Brown sliding into Ryan Andrews a little bit over on the far side, which didn't go unnoticed by the crowd, but did go unnoticed, not by the referee, but not punished by the referee. Doughty takes the throw quickly down the left-hand side. Morris away down the left-hand side, tries to get the cross in. It'll come for Izzy Jones, who volleys it first time and puts it wide. Brown pushed at the near post. Shouts from the Luton fans that Brown was fouled. He's not complaining. And that's a half chance there for...
I think it's more than a half chance. I mean,
for Izzy Jones, that on the volley, he's got to hit the target, hasn't he, from there?
That's the best opportunity they've had in this game. It's a great ball in from Morris, and Jones had so much time as well. He could have taken that ball down. Massive opportunity for Luton Town.
Well, Luton, having made the changes, are making a bright start to this half, and forced the foul there by Abankwah on Jacob Brown, who's certainly livening things up top for Luton a little bit. Luton player down injured, meanwhile.
It's just not so obvious now, is it? In the first half, it was Nordas and Morris up front, lumping balls up. Now that they've got Brown out there, who's got a little bit of pace, so the nod downs from Carlton going into Jacob Brown, it's changed things slightly, and Watford haven't started this second half very well. If Luton can just get something here, there is a little bit of hope. And what you haven't heard in the first half is now the Luton fans.
Yes, Izzy Jones had gone down. He's sort of kissed and made up, as it were, with Ngakia, who caught him late there, but that wasn't spotted by the referee. It will be a Luton free kick for foul on this near side, but there's a Watford player down injured as well now, midway between the centre circle and the edge of the penalty area. So Izzy Jones looks as though he's shaken off that knock, and a Watford player down injured is... I'm trying to see who that is. Derek Kebben, is it?
Kebben. I mean, Luton have started this second half well. Watford haven't. Watford still seem to be in the change room, and Kebben, he got too tight, and it was a chance for Jones. So Watford have to wake up. That's the point I'm getting to. They need to wake up. They haven't started the second half well.
It's very similar, isn't it, to the 4-0 a couple of years ago, 2-0 at half-time. I think it was Gabe Osho back then had that chance just after half-time. You take it. That was a great chance for me, for Jones. Yeah, so much time on the ball, Derek.
As soon as you said it, I agreed with you, Justin. That is a great chance, because he's coming onto the ball. He can see the goal in front of him. He's got everything. He ain't under pressure. He should volley. He should hit the target. He should score. Yeah. But it comes from Kebben getting too tight to Morris.
Well, so it's coming off.
That's where the chance comes from.
Picked up the injury. The youngster had a super first half. He's picked up an injury there, and Mattie Pollock, the ready-made replacement. We were debating long and hard whether Pollock should have started anyway, but Pollock is on now effectively for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a good substitute to have, isn't it? Because he's been playing all season. He's been experienced. He's now had a couple games out, had a rest. experienced player who's a leader.
A bit vocal at the back, isn't he?
Yeah, sort of player for this sort of game as well, you believe.
Free kick to Luton, rolled short to Doughty from Liam Walsh. Doughty swings it in left-footed into the back post, far too close to the goalkeeper. Comfortable catch for Egil Selvik. And he makes that comfortable catch, the Norwegian, and just holds on to it inside the penalty area. 53 minutes gone. It's Three Counties Sport, BBC Three Counties Radio. On a Sunday lunchtime, we're live here for the Watford-Luton derby. Watford 2 up, 2 goals in the first 23 minutes. Luton making a triple change at half-time, although Watford made 1 at the break and have now been forced to make another one. Abankwah back to Selvik, and now back again to Abankwah, who rolls it back inside to his goalkeeper, plays it short to Deli Bashiru, and Deli Bashiru first-time ball to Mattie Pollock, and Pollock plays it forward right-footed to Ince. Ince brings it under control midway inside his own half, back to Deli Bashiru. Deli Bashiru rolls it forward to Doumbia. Doumbia, nice ball inside to Kayembe. Kayembe inside the centre circle, wide out to the left-hand side now to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze cuts inside, still Chakvetadze, closed down by Walsh and by Walters. Luton clear and Jacob Brown lays it off, and again, but Loser in the way. Deli Bashiru in there with Loser as well. Deli Bashiru again, tackled by Brown, but Deli Bashiru gets it out to Andrews. Better now from Watford in this second half. 2-0 they lead, 9 minutes gone in the second period. Deli Bashiru gets it back to Imran Loser. Little flurry from Luton having made those changes. Jacob Brown certainly looking lively, but now Watford with a spell of possession, and here's Chakvetadze down the left-hand side with Ngakia in support. Comes to Ngakia now, and Ngakia will cut back onto his right foot, dinks it into the box for Kayembe. Kayembe turns away down the left-hand side, still Kayembe will roll it back to Ngakia. No, he plays it back to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze on the left edge of the Luton penalty area into Kayembe. Kayembe into Loser. Loser first time shot goes just over. Patient football, but they created the opening and Imran Loser fires it just over.
And that is outstanding football from Watford. 1 and 2 touch, and the players showing their technique and showing how good they are. Imran Loser involved, Kayembe involved, Ngakia involved. When they pass it around like that, 1 and 2 touch, Luton are chasing shadows. He'll be disappointed he ain't hit the target, Loser. He's in the box, gets on the half turn. But
went for power, didn't he, rather than put it low to the keeper's left,
rather than placement. Yeah, I agree, Simon. But great football from Watford.
Makosso for Luton, who's about, what, 6th choice centre-half, if you think of McGuinness and Naismith and Anderson and Mengi and Burke and Lockyer. Anyway, here's Asgard down the left-hand side. Asgard twisting and turning. Still Tello Asgard does well, edge of the penalty area. Wanted one touch too many. And Tom Ince comes back to concede the corner. Asgard didn't see much of him in the first half, but a little bit more prominent in this second period, and wins the corner, which Doughty's gone across to take over on the far side. 56 minutes gone. Watford 2, Luton 0. Quite the start we had to the second period, to the first period rather. Corners played short to Walsh, who rolls it across to Jones. Jones edge of the penalty area, trying to go between 3 players. Doughty takes over, clips in the cross, punched away by the goalkeeper. Morris is in there, and Morris penalised for a foul on Pollock. Pollock sort of throws him to the floor, then they help Morris up. Morris is saying, why am I the one being penalised there? And the referee is having none of it, and it'll be a free kick to Watford, who for the first time just looked a little bit unsure in there. That was a better ball into the box eventually from Doughty when he got to the byline.
Yeah, and that's the encouraging thing in the second half, that Luton are making opportunities. Not many of those in the first half, but the second half they've come out and they are fighting for this.
Bloomfield making those changes at the interval, not waiting 5 or 10 minutes or even longer. Selvik clears upfield, headed away by Makosso. Loose ball picked up by Ince. Ince to Kayembe, back again to Ince, who finds Chakvetadze left-hand side. Chakvetadze faced by Walters. Still Chakvetadze, and he rolls it forward, trying to get to the byline, and rolls it straight out of play. And it will be a goal kick to Luton. Just a bit too tight, even with his trickery there.
Yeah, but again, Ince very clever, reading where the header was going to go, get straight on it, and they play 1 and 2 touch again. You know, you've got a pattern here. Watford keeping the ball, rotating in midfield, and then you've got Luton scrapping, fighting, and trying to use Brown's pace Just wish Watford need to up their tempo a little bit, I feel.
Well, Mattie Pollock's been booked because he's just caught Jacob Brown with quite a nasty challenge. Luton played it forward, and header inside was from Morris to Brown. It was 50-50, and Pollock went for it but got there second and caught Jacob Brown. Brown's back up on his feet, but Pollock booked for that challenge. So that's second Watford player booked after Ngakia. Pollock's only been on, what, 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah, he can't have no complaints.
No, he can't.
Definitely
no.
yellow card.
Yeah. 50-50, but was very much second to the ball. Free kick to Luton. Walsh clips it in right-footed into the back post towards Morris, who loops it into the box towards Brown, and Asgard got in the way with Brown shaping to shoot. Asgard got his head to it and headed it straight into the arms of Selvig. I just thought Brown, that might fall to Brown. He's been lively, hasn't he? Just
he has, really good.
But Asgard just sort of like a defensive header back to the goalkeeper.
Well, he just gives Luton something different in the second half.
Selvig clears upfield. Doumbia chests it down to Kayembe, who prods it forward looking for Ince. Headed away by Bell. Ince will try to get to the loose ball first. Walters is there to clear for Luton up towards the halfway line, where Loser's blocking Asgard. That'll be a free kick all day long. Free kick to Luton, back inside their own half as Loser wrestled Asgard to the floor. Moroccan on Norwegian. And Shandon Baptiste plays the free kick short to Liam Walsh, just over the halfway line. Out to the left-hand side to Alfie Doughty, back to Walsh, back to Doughty. Walsh then caught late by Loser, and Loser is apologising. I think Loser's just a little bit annoyed at being penalised a moment ago, and other referees might have shown a yellow card there.
Yeah, because it's in quick succession,
yes,
isn't it? Losers.
It's just it's petulance, really.
Yeah, it's petulance. I mean, I think he might be frustrated with his team. Watford too passive for me at the moment. Need to up their intensity.
Shandon Baptiste across to Rule Walters, who lets it run a little bit, keeps it despite the attentions of Chakvetadze. Now Isaiah Jones. Carlton Morris back again for Isaiah Jones, who will get there down by the corner flag. Jones right-hand side for Luton, plays it into the edge of the box. Baptiste curls it into the back post. It's too high for Doughty. Overhit by Baptiste, and will go rolling harmlessly out of play over on the far side. But it's better.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to be better than that first half, at just being completely honest. But in the second half, Luton are a threat at the moment, and the Watford centre-half, who's come already on a booking as well. They've just got to keep going, and hopefully that they can take something, scrap something, get that goal to get them back in the game. That's going to give everybody here from the Luton side real hope they might just get something from this game.
Flick on by Doumbia. It's gone out of play over on the far side for a Luton throw. Watford 2, Luton 0 on BBC Three Counties Radio. Non-league show tomorrow with Ollie Bayliss, and then we're back on Saturday. Early kick-off for Wickham at Birmingham. 3 o'clock for Watford, Luton, Stevenage and MK Dons. Here's Liam Walsh now for Luton. To Asgard down the left-hand side. Luton pressing in this second half as we're on the hour mark here. 2-0 though still. Doughty on the overlap, but just overhit from Asgard. They're doing the pressing, but can't quite get the ball to the feet of a teammate inside the box.
You can see exactly what Doughty's trying to do there, and Asgard, we know that he has got quality on the ball. Didn't see enough of him in the first half. Seeing more of him in the second half. For Luton to create anything, he's got to be on the ball a lot more.
Selvig plays it short to Loser from the goal kick. Back to Mattie Pollock. Pollock clears up towards the halfway line. Ince beaten in the air by Amari Bell, but it's headed out by Bell for a Watford throw. Gentleman in front of us just summing it up, I think, Del. Just saying, come on, Watford, get back into it.
Yeah, 2-0 in any game of football, but especially this game with the rivalry. You know you're 2-0 up, so sometimes in your mind you get a bit passive. You want to just sit on that lead and you drop off. I think Watford would be better to get back on the ball, get their midfielders, Loser, Deli Bashiru, Tom Ince, Kayembe, get them on the ball and start dominating the football again. They've just gone a little bit passive, but it's a mentality thing. You're 2-0 up and you're thinking we don't want to overcommit, and in doing that you leave yourself a bit passive.
Picasso down the right-hand side to Jones. Jones cuts inside, sets off on a run. Is he Jones? And then was he fouled? No, says the referee, and in fact he He's saying no foul. I thought he might be booking Izzy Jones. Well, either it's a foul or it's a yellow card, to be honest.
You've got
it's
to
one
ask
or the other.
Sorry, why is he going to go down in a situation
well,
like
exactly.
that?
He's bursting through, isn't he? So if it's not a foul, is he caught there?
Yeah.
Maybe not by Ngakia, though, was it? The camera's focusing on Ngakia, but it wasn't him. I think it might have been a Bankwa. Here's Jones again down the right-hand side, but has put that straight out of play.
I think he was caught there.
Danger man.
He is. It was because there was two defenders coming across, and it might have just been the slightest little nick, but he is the danger man for Luton again. It's that pace, and no defender wants a player who's that quick to run at you.
Between four of them there. Yeah. That was between four Watford defenders, and I think you're right. He'd no reason to go down, but if he has gone down, it's a yellow card for diving. If it's not a free kick. And Ngakia with the throw for Watford. Bit of inconsistency there from referee Kitchen, who has got most things right, although there's, I'm sure, will be plenty of debate afterwards about that early penalty. Kayembe gets it back from Doumbia, who's caught late. Chakvetadze back to Doumbia. Doumbia just beaten to it by Makosso, does well. The young centre-half, the substitute. Back to Kaminski, who clears up towards the halfway line. Flicked on by Morris to Jacob Brown. Out to this right-hand side to Izzy Jones. Jones whips in the cross, takes a deflection off of Ngakia and goes into the arms of Selvig. And he's rolled it out quickly to Loser, and Loser plays it across to Ince. Ince plays it to behind Ryan Andrews. Andrews saying don't panic. Gets it back to Pollock. Pollock clips it forward towards Loser, but out of play over on the far side. Pollock not quite into this yet, is he? Coming on as a sub.
It's not just him, though. It's sloppy from all the team, from all the Watford team. Give Luton credit. They press in a bit more, a bit higher. They brought the energy on it. I'd be looking maybe to make subs in Watford if this carries on like this. Especially they just lacking energy in this second half. I think it needs freshening up. Luton made 3 subs at half-time. I think Watford need to freshen it up a little bit, maybe in the midfield area now.
Here's Bell coming forward down the left-hand side. Bell for Luton up towards the edge of the penalty area. Flicks it out to Doughty. Doughty back to Shandon Baptiste, one of those 3 half-time subs. Here's Walsh now, edge of the penalty area. Walsh clips it into the back post. Brown trying to dive in there. Feels he was fouled. Luton fans did. Referee not interested. Luton players not really interested either. Brown just went for it between Bankwa and the goalkeeper Selvig, and Selvig just pounced on the loose ball in the end. Took a knock for his troubles. We get a second look here. Nice little cross in from Walsh, and Brown sort of diving in there, but no, not a penalty.
No, it's good defending from Bankwa and Ngakia. They just don't let him get a free header.
Selvig clears long, headed away by Makosso. Ince beaten to it by Doughty, but has come off Ince in the end. It'll be a Luton throw, but back inside their own half. 20 minutes gone in this second half, which has gone quite quickly, with Luton certainly on top in terms of territory, although we've had that Loser opportunity for Watford. Jones, who's Luton's best player, certainly most dangerous player, with that volley wide, and pressure from the visitors, but not carving open too many clear-cut opportunities as yet. Although that one for Jones was certainly one. Tackles flying in here, there and everywhere. Makosso now coming forward. Clips it forward right-footed, but sails over the head of Doughty and out of play for a Watford throw back inside their own half. And Shandon Baptiste has gone down injured. And, well,
there's a surprise.
Well, if anyone picks up an injury, I mean, he's had wretched luck, but which is that's the case for the defence. The case for the prosecution is that he's always had wretched luck with injuries, so why do you sign him?
I must admit, I did think, was he going to start today? I think if he hadn't have had that knock on Wednesday, I think he would have started.
With his first touch Wednesday, kicked the ball, got injured.
I mean, that sums up his luck, probably the last few years of his career, but we know he has got quality. We've always said it, if they can keep him fit, he will be one of your star players. They've just not managed to keep him fit, and once again, it's a familiar scene. Shandon Baptiste on the floor receiving treatment.
So a number of the players getting the opportunity to take some fluids on this near side, and Bakun Bayo for Doumbia fairly soon, would you think?
You know, I think it might be that one, Simon, or he might look Vata. Vata might want to use Vata's pace.
Yeah.
And Doumbia, I think, might stay on the pitch. I'm looking at Tom Ince has put in a really good shift. he might look at him maybe, or Kayembe, one of them. Sorry, not Kayembe. Delibashira looks really tired. Loser looks tired. I just think a little bit more energy somewhere on the pitch. It's not. They're not panicking, Watford, but they're just sitting off Luton a little bit too much.
For choice, are they? Which takes us back to the to the Mr. Ponzo argument about depth of squad. But anyway, Baptiste looks as though he's going to come back on over on the far side. So everybody having to put their drinks down on this near side and line up once again, ready for the restart, which will be a Watford throw far side away from us in front of the Graham Taylor stand. Watford 2, Luton 0. 68 minutes gone at Vicarage Road. 2-0 since the 23rd minute. Delibashiru's penalty and Kayembe's tap in after Chakvetadze's excellent run. Better from Luton in this second half, but it's still 2-0. A Bankwa for Watford, across to Imran Louza. Louza plays it forward for Delibashiru. Delibashiru inside his own half. Players have made a run out on that right-hand side, one of whom was Andrews, who slipped, and Doughty heads it forward to Asgard, and Asgard can break forward down the right-hand side where Andrews isn't, and plays it back inside to Walsh. Walsh wide out to the right-hand side to Isaiah Jones, taking on Ngakia again. Jones flicks it forward to Jacob Brown. Brown back again to Jones in behind. Jones gets the cross in, away by Pollock, who was well positioned to clear. Comes out to Jones on this near side. Beautifully done from Jones to get it back to Makosso. Now Rule Walters back again to Izzy Jones, who's the shining light for Luton this Sunday lunchtime. Walters down the right-hand side, clips it in towards Brown, goes over a Bankwa, comes to Brown again, edge of the area, back to Asgard. Asgard faced by Louza, still as Asgard dinks it in towards Morris. Morris towards Brown. Brown first time shot as he slipped, takes a deflection off Ngakia, and behind for a Luton corner. Much better, and Luton are going to make another change here. They're going to take off Baptiste. I think he's lasted 25 minutes. Yeah, Baptiste is off.
And that's a real shame, because I think he added a little bit of experience in there as well.
Bowler comes on, more of an attacking player, Josh Bowler, on loan from Nottingham Forest. Not seen too much of him, Bowler. So on he comes, Bowler. And Baptiste heads straight off to the dressing room. So corner for Luton. Doughty to take it on this right-hand side. He'll swing it in left-footed. 70 minutes on the electronic scoreboard at the Vicarage Road end. Here's the corner then, Alfie Doughty. Luton 2 down, Doughty left-footed, whips it in towards the near post, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Easy for Selvig, who just holds on. Just looking to see where Bowler's going to line up. Walsh is just going to sit himself, I think, and they're just going to push Bowler and Asgard further forward. He's sitting a little bit deeper, Bowler, but well, they've got to go for it, haven't they? 20 minutes to go, 2-0 down. Delibashiru under pressure inside the penalty area with Alfie Doughty. Delibashiru clears it against Brown, and it spins out of play for a goal kick. Brown claiming a corner, but Delibashiru just getting isolated a little bit there. We've seen that before. Yeah,
they've done well there, Luton, though. The press in the second half from Luton is a lot better. Also, Watford haven't been so good in their passing in the second half, so that contributed to them nearly winning the ball in Watford's own box. But Watford, that's another warning for Watford. They're still in control with the scoreline. They need to get more control of the football now. I'm sure Todd Cleverley would want his team getting on the ball more, keeping it more.
Jones again down the right-hand side, but fouled there, so that'll be a free kick. Or has he gone back for the throw? No, it's a free kick to Luton, back inside their half. Liam Walsh to take it. Better from Luton in this second period. Watford slightly off the pace, but that could be partly down to an improved performance from the visitors. Although Tom Cleverley might just be a little bit anxious as Walsh plays it forward, headed away by Pollock, and there's a foul there by Morris again, who looks across to the assistant, absolutely aghast that that free kick has been given, and it's been taken quickly by Louza to Abankwa. Louza again. Louza, edge of his own penalty area. Plays it back to Selvig. Selvig will clear out to this left-hand side to Abankwa. Abankwa closed down by Morris. Morris slides in, gets the ball, and Abankwa goes down, and Morris is going to be booked. I thought he'd got the ball there, Abankwa just showed too much of it to him, and Morris is booked. And I think that may be a case of the referee's just fed up of Carlton Morris, but for me, he'd lost control of it there, Abankwa.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the pressing's been a lot better from Luton in the second half. The pressing high up the pitch, and Abankwa, they cut off the ball back to the goalkeeper. He's gone in for it. He might be a bit unlucky getting the yellow card there, Morris, but...
Well, he's got goal side. He's got the right side of him, hasn't he?
He has, but he does catch him. But he's a bit unlucky because your centre forward's got to close down.
He's got to go for it. Yeah,
he's got to.
He'll be criticised if he doesn't challenge.
Yeah, if he don't challenge.
For it, gets booked.
Another warning for Watford, though, that Luton are more aggressive in their press second half, so they have to move the ball quick.
Well, it looks as though I'm not sure whether Abankwa is going to be able to continue. Francesco Serralta, the old Chilean warhorse, I think we can call him, is looking interested, but I think Abankwa may be able to continue. Still getting treatments on this near side, which gives the two sets of supporters a few minutes to swap songs.
Is that what you call it?
Well, yeah. I think the Luton fans were chanting Gino, Gino, in reference to the rather unpopular owner of Watford. But anyway, there we are. Abankwa's back up on his feet. It's Loser just trying to rally the troops. Just come on, just try and...
I mean, like I said earlier, Simon, sometimes, 2-0 lead, mentally as a player, especially in the importance of this game...
You don't want to risk a third for the risk of losing one.
Yeah, and in that way, I think Watford, I call it getting caught between two stools. They don't know whether to push on, so they've gone more passive. And I think they're saying that they don't feel Luton have got the quality to break them down.
So Selvik to take the free kick. And the noise levels crank up once again as Selvik clears upfield. Ince after it to Doughty there, but Doumbia gets there first. Doumbia inside the penalty area. Still Doumbia, back to goal, right-hand side, back to Kayembe. Out to Ince, back to Kayembe again. Kayembe down the right-hand side, back inside to Deli Bashiru. Deli Bashiru has Andrews available. Andrews with a chance to run down the right-hand side now. First chance he's had to run at Doughty. Andrews fires it against Doughty. Doughty then wins it back. And then there's a foul by Doughty on Andrews. I thought initially it was Andrews on Doughty, but Doughty's penalised. Free kick to Watford far side.
Yeah, and you see Andrews giving it a big fist pump, and that's what it means to the players. It's a tussle right near the touchline. You could argue it's both players are having a pull, but the second one, Doughty definitely pulls him and makes it a bit obvious. Yeah, he's got his hands around his neck. It's definite free kick to Watford. And that's that little bit of discipline that Watford have been trying to take advantage of. They're getting desperate, Luton. They know the game, the minutes are clocking down. They're desperate to get something. Even now in their own half, they're making rash decisions. So can Watford take advantage of that?
15 minutes to go, plus added time. Watford 2, Luton 0, as it has been since the 23rd minute. But here's the Watford free kick, over by the corner flag, far side. Imran Loser to take it. A rare Watford foray forward, really, in this second period. But Loser to take this free kick. Here he comes now. Clips it in to the edge of the area towards Chakvetadze. Intercepted by Jacob Brown. Really well by Brown. And Brown leads the breakout for Luton. Rolls it forward to Walsh. Just too far ahead of Walsh. And Ince is back there to clear. And it goes out of play. Jacob Brown was off and away. Walsh then had it. But Ince was back to close him down. And Watford are going to make the change. Doumbia coming off. And the return of Bakun Bayo, who's missed the last three through suspension, Watford's leading scorer. Didn't quite have the legs, did he, Liam Walsh, there?
He didn't, and that's the disappointing thing. Yeah, disappointing thing in the second half. When Luton have forced those opportunities, they just haven't executed it. You look at the Izzy Jones chance, and that chance as well there, just wasn't quite right. It was a great breakaway, and Luton looking dangerous.
So Mamadou Doumbia, 18-year-old Mali international, makes way for Bakun Bayo.
Yeah, he's been excellent, Doumbia. been excellent, the 18-year-old. A couple of silly fouls in the first half, but apart from that, led the line really well.
Abankwah coming off as well, and Seri Alta is going to come on. Might be a worry for next Saturday. Remember, Sunday today, so a day less.
Yeah.
Saturday, the trip to Stoke. You've had Kebban and now Abankwah limp off.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but at the moment, I feel all Tom Cleverley's thinking about, obviously, in this game, is getting the 3 points, seeing this over the line. So he'll worry about that after the game. But your point's right, Simon. The two centre-halves both having to come off the pitch. This one doesn't look as bad as Kevin's one. Abankwah doesn't look as bad. He's walked off quite well, and you can understand why you're bringing on Seri Alta if he's got any sort of issue there, Abankwah.
So throw to Luton, back underway. A throw for the Hatters, right-hand side, level with the edge of the Watford penalty area. Izzy Jones back to Walters. Walters back to Makosso. Makosso has to go all the way back to Kaminski. Kaminski rolls it out to Amari Bell. Not much to do, has he, Kaminski, this half? But you could say that Selvik, although he's been busy, hasn't had really, serious saves to make. Jones playing it forward now to Bowler down the right-hand side for Luton. Back inside to Jones. Jones whips in the cross, cleared, comes out to Walters. Back again to Bowler down the right-hand side. Bowler rolls it across to Walsh, who has to leave it for Amari Bell, and Luton keep the pressure on, but Watford back everybody behind the ball. Morris holds off Andrews. Andrews kicks Morris. That's a free kick all day long. All day long. He got the ball out to Doughty down that left-hand side, but that's a free kick. All day and every day, as some of the others have been, and that's...
And Watford have done that all
Ryan
afternoon,
Andrews.
giving free kicks away in dangerous. My biggest disappointment again is that Luton haven't taken these chances from the set pieces.
Well, before the game, you would say to your team, if you know they're good at set pieces, you know that they're dangerous. Luton are dangerous from set pieces. They're good at putting crosses in. They got quality from the crosses in Doughty. Don't give away silly free kicks around your own half. So it's a real silly free kick from Andrews to give away. Watford have to defend it.
Well, all back to defend it. Can Luton create something from this, their latest set piece? Left edge of the Watford penalty area. Walsh will leave it for Doughty. Doughty left-footed, whips it in, half cleared. Might come out to Makosso. Makosso flicks it back inside, but straight to Kayembe, who clears the ball upfield. Tom Cleverley waving his team forward as Kaminski allows it to roll out of play on this near side. And we'll leave it for Walters to take the throw. I thought Kaminski might have kept it in and cleared it back upfield, actually, because now Walters has, a throw-in ain't going to go as far as a clearance from the goalkeeper, but he rather casually left that to roll out of play. Didn't get that at all from the Belgian. Walters takes the throw down the line. Brown flicks it on towards Morris. Pollock makes the tackle. Andrews clears upfield. Bayo after it down this left-hand side. Gets there ahead of Makosso. Makosso gets a foot in, and Walters there to tidy up, gets it back to Kaminski. Kaminski inside his own penalty area. Kaminski clears right-footed towards Morris. Morris flicks it on to Jones down this right-hand side. Jones touches it away from Seri Alta, goes again down the right-hand side, and Gakia across there, and Gakia too strong for him, and finds Delibashiru, who gives it straight to Walsh. Then Chakvetadze wins it back, and Chakvetadze sets off on a run, taken on by Loser, who plays it forward to Insu. Would have been offside, but the referee's already blown for the foul. I think he would have been offside there, Tom Ince, and the referee blows for the foul as Watford got the ball away. Yeah,
I just thought the ref had blown up too early because Ince was going and Loser's going to play the pass, but he had strayed offside apparently.
Strayed offside.
So in a way it's worked out better for Watford, but
9 minutes to go plus added time. Well, here comes Elijah Adebayo. Well, he's due a goal. Goodness me. Loser clears upfield, and Ince's after it. He's onside, but Kaminski just gets there first. Flag stays down. He was onside, Tom Ince. Goodness me, he's played well, Ince. Doughty flicks it inside to Asgard. Arguably Watford's player of the match.
Well,
him and Loser.
He's played like a youngster, hasn't he?
He has.
Found energy, and that's what the derby does for you.
Here's Walters. Walters cuts back inside for Luton to Walsh. 82 minutes gone. Watford holding on to the 2-goal lead. clipped forward, headed away by the Watford defence, comes to Asgard, back to Walsh. Walsh rolls it across to Walters. 2-0 is not enough for some Watford fans, I can tell you. Jones rolls it into Morris. Serialta gets a foot in, breaks for Ngakia, who flicks it forward for Bayo to chase after. Makosso slips and gets away with it. Bayo had gone the wrong side. Makosso clips it forward. Jones is after it, but it's overhit, I think. Jones is chasing after it. He's kept it in. He's done brilliantly, is he, Jones? Jones rolls it into the near post, and it's put out by Serialta. Watford had stopped. Isaiah Jones hadn't, and a better cross, and that could have been 2-1, Derek.
It's terrible from Ngakia because the ball's played over him. They've all given it up, Watford players, thinking it's going to go off. We've seen how quick Jones has been for the first 80 minutes. You've got to chase back. You've got to make sure the ball goes out. They don't. Ngakia doesn't in particular, and they get a corner from it, Luton. It's just lapse from Watford, that.
Doughty with the corner, left-footed, in towards the back post. Keeper comes for it, gets something on it. Comes out to Walters, who miscues on his wrong foot, and that's gone hopelessly wide. I mean, well, that's a real waste of an opportunity. And here comes Elijah Adebayo to replace Carlton Morris. I think that may be a case of Morris being taken off before he talks himself into a second yellow. Off comes Carlton Morris, and on comes Elijah Adebayo. He's getting a cheery send-off from the home fans, Carlton Morris, and on comes Elijah Adebayo. Well, if he scores twice in the next 6 minutes, Justin Dealey, all that has gone before this season will be forgotten and forgiven.
You don't score that amount of goals in the Premier League with the games that you played last season if you're not a good player. He just needs something to get his confidence back. You never know.
We'll see. But Watford at the moment, 2 goals to the good. And Selvik, well, he's been, I've been saying, been busy, but not had any real saves to make of any note. Here's Serialta, but he's given it away on the edge of the box, and Asgard's in there, finds Bowler now down this right-hand side. Bowler tackled, breaks for Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze will play it back to Ngakia, and Ngakia drives it forward. Kayembe flicks it onto Bayo. Bayo, though, is bundled over by Makosso, and that'll be a free kick to Watford, and that's just what they needed.
Yeah, every little thing now as you're getting into the final minutes from Watford, just if they can keep the ball, just win their tackles, win their duels, just get possession, manage this last 6-7 minutes plus whatever's added on. They need to manage it and just be calm and get on the ball. But good play there from Bayo, just to get in front of the defender and buy the foul. And Watford could just slow things down again.
Imran Louza just down, not going to receive treatment. I think he's just absolutely shattered, Imran Louza. Could be a free kick to Watford back inside their own half. Watford 2, Luton 0. 5 minutes to go plus added time. Don't forget you can tweet at BBC Sport 3CR. WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Text 81333. Start your message 3CR. Loser clips it forward left-footed from the free kick to Bayo. Bayo down this left-hand side. Just keeps it in. Vakun Bayo gets it back to Ngakia. Ngakia back to Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze rolls it inside to Loser. Loser waiting for somebody on the overlap down the right-hand side. Has Andrews available now. Andrews plays it back to Pollock. Pollock closed down by Brown. Here's Ince. Ince goes back to Serialta. Serialta inside his own half. Across to Ngakia. Ngakia back to the Chilean Serialta. He has to go back to Selvik. Luton closing them down, but Watford keeping possession, and now Selvik finds Pollock, and there's 4 minutes to go plus added time. Pollock forward towards Kayembe. Kayembe keeping it inside his own half. Possession stuff from Tom Cleverley's side. Keeping possession away from Luton, who are desperate to get the ball back. 2-0 down, the Hatters. The Hornets leading here in the derby at Vicarage Road. Rolled into Loser. Loser edge of the box, keeping the passes ticking over Watford. Loser back to Selvik. Selvik will have to go long this time, left-footed, drives it forward towards Bayo. Bayo lets it run and finds Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze driving forward. Still Chakvetadze. Still Chakvetadze. Chakvetadze, great save by Kaminski. Let fly the Georgian in Spence wanted it rolled into him, but Chakvetadze went for glory, and Kaminski keeps Luton in the game.
Yeah, brilliant from Chakvetadze. Just driving, beating players, cutting onto his right. He should probably play it into Ince, should probably pass it to his teammate, but he shoots it well. It's a good save from Kaminski because it's a good strike back across his body.
That's more of a save than Selvic's had to make in this half.
It is, and to be fair, Kaminski, as we saw the other night, he's not great coming off his line, but what he is a fantastic top-draw shot stopper.
Corner for Watford then, left-hand side in front of the expectant rookery end. Loser left-footed in towards the near post. Pollock trying to flick it on at the near post. It's touched behind off Liam Walsh, and it'll be another corner to Watford. Walsh just taking a knock at the near post, helped back to his feet by Makosso. Just took a whack in the face there, the little midfielder. And another Watford corner, and more importantly, it's up at this end of the pitch.
Yeah.
So Luton are defending rather than attacking as they look to claw back this 2-goal deficit. Loser with another corner, deeper one this time into the back post, headed out to Ince to drive it through a crowd of players and completely miscues it, and it goes well wide. That's been the opportunity he's been waiting for. He saw the headlines in front of his eyes, I think. And
yeah, and after his performance today, and you mentioned it earlier, he's been outstanding, Tom Ince, and he should do better. He's edge of the box, it's on his right foot. You expect him with his quality to score or hit the target. Yeah, but it would have capped off a really great performance from him.
Bowler on halfway for Luton, lays it off for Izzy Jones, back to Walters. Walters onto his right foot, forward towards Elijah Adebayo. That's sailed beyond Adebayo and out of play for a throw to Watford. Coming up to the 89-minute mark. Well, it's still 2-0. It could have been a lot worse, I guess, from a Luton perspective, Justin. They've had a go in this second half. But that's a given, isn't it, in a derby?
Of course it is. And what's disappointing, I think Luton's press and intensity in the second half has been so much better. Why didn't they start the game like that? Why?
Doughty in possession inside his own half. Just got caught there by Andrews. I think the referee's going to give a free kick to Luton back inside their own half. So this will be 12 games without a win for Luton, bottom of the Championship. It'll be 8 games without a win for Matt Bloomfield. It'll be 13 out of 14 defeats on the road since the win at Millwall. And they are rock bottom of the Championship table, Luton Town. Watford will close the gap to the playoff places to 3 points unless something dramatic happens here in stoppage time. Fourth official Bentona is about to tell us how much of that there'll be. Last few seconds of the 90 minutes here. Watford 2, Luton 0. As Kaminski clears upfield right-footed towards the edge of the penalty area. Headed away by Serialta, comes to Chakvetadze. 6 minutes of added time. Andrews plays it forward towards Bayo. Bayo brings it under control, finds Kayembe down the left-hand side, rolls it in towards Bayo. Makosso gets across there and gets away from Bayo, or Bayo tugs his shirt a little bit. Free kick to Luton. They've taken it quickly. Jones clears upfield to Jacob Brown. Brown inside his own half, plays it forward for Bowler down the right-hand side. Bowler away from one challenge, rolls it across for Walsh. Walsh driving forward for Luton. Into added time in the derby. Walsh onto his right foot, rolls it forward to Bowler. Bowler forward towards Adebayo, who can't control it, and it's lashed clear by Ngakia.
Yeah, Watford had 2 chances to keep the ball, and they haven't. Just got to keep the ball in when you're in this period. Trying to run down the clock.
Izzy Jones plays it back to Walters. Walsh now under pressure from Loser, back to Makosso. Makosso has kicked it anywhere, and Dele-Bashiru picks it up to Loser. Back to Dele-Bashiru, forward to Ince down the right-hand side. Ince racing away. Goodness me. And he's rolled the years back here, Tom Ince. Now Kayembe, back to Andrews, to Pollock, and Watford comfortable in possession inside the Luton half. Here's Dele-Bashiru, little touch to Kayembe. Nearly 90 seconds of added time have been played. Serialta, now Dele-Bashiru. Dele-Bashiru takes a run, just has it whipped away from him by Bowler. And Bowler now plays it forward for Jones. Luton's man of the match by some distance, and he's blocked off the ball there by Ngakia as he plays it forward to Adebayo, and Adebayo's fouling Serialta. Izzy Jones has, I think, every right to be disappointed with the fourth official on this near side. He's been Luke's best player by distance.
He has been absolutely outstanding today, and you want him more in games. And today we've seen little glimpses of what he can do. He's just so dangerous with the ball. He's got that much pace. He can quite literally just kick it past the player and run. That's how quick he is.
They seem to be blocked off the ball on this near side, but referee chose not to give it. Bacosso's got a bloody nose, so he's had to change his shirt. The half-time replacement, the young centre-half. And the Watford fans within sight of victory here with 2.5 minutes of the 6 minutes to be added on played. Bowler inside his own half, coming forward, flicks it forward now to Asgard. Asgard for Luton over the halfway line. Asgard surging forward down that left-hand side. Checks his run, Tello Asgard. Asgard onto his right foot, whips in the cross, headed away by Pollock. Bell heads it down to Walsh. Walsh plays it forward. Cutting inside is Doughty. Doughty into the box to Adebayo. Adebayo down the left-hand side. Gets the cross in, away by Pollock. Loser will chase it over on the far side. Adebayo over on the far side as well. Luton throw, quickly taken by Elijah Adebayo. Back to Walsh. Walsh swings in another cross, and to the back post is Jones. It's a good save by Selvig, who came for it, and then Jones got there first. Selvig had to make the block, and now Chakvetadze has won it on this near side, and is fouled by Izzy Jones as Jones wins it back. Luton fans feel that Walters was fouled by Chakvetadze, but the free kick goes Watford's way. Luton feel they've been hard done by with some of these free kicks, but that actually finally was a save from Selvig.
Yeah, it was. It was a great save as well, because it was swung into the back post from Doughty, and Jones, he got there first, and I thought that was in the back of the net. That's a good save from the Watford goalkeeper, and even with a couple of minutes to go, you get one back, you just never know. But now players down, momentum gone. Luton, you wanted in the second half for them to test the goalkeeper just a bit more. They've got in those opportunities in the right places. They just haven't tested the Watford goalkeeper enough.
Yeah, I must praise Selvig there. I mean, he's had a great half. I think the players are happy that he's good with his feet as well. And that was...
They're confident in him, aren't they?
They're very confident in him, which helps them play the way they want to play. But that was a good save from him. But Watford getting caught out of the back post.
Well, player down injured is Gakia, and also Chakvetadze on this near side. Chakvetadze is going to come off. Not going to take any risks with him, and James Morris is going to come on. So Chakvetadze, who's, well, one of a number of moments of quality, but that real moment of quality on 23 minutes, setting up the tap-in for Kayembe.
Yeah, what's said about him is he got the end product, and today he got that end product on that second goal, and again, him running on the ball, with the ball, he's been outstanding. Just hoping, he's been down a long time, that this injury isn't too concerning moving forward, because he has been down a long time.
He has, hasn't he? Yeah. He's getting treatment, Giorgi Chakvetadze. Not quite sure what he just twisted as he fell. I mean, he was sort of hauled back by Jones, wasn't it? It wasn't a foul tackle as such. He didn't sort of, catch him.
Yeah, I didn't really see him.
He's back up on his feet anyway. He's hobbling a little bit, the Georgian. He'll come off on this near side. Hope that's not too serious from Watford's point of view, as they prepare for the trip to Stoke on Saturday. Luton at home to Portsmouth. Coverage of both those games next Saturday. Early kick-off for Wickham at Birmingham, and then also at 3, Stevenage against Huddersfield, MK Dons against Colchester. And we are into added time of added time. There'll be another couple of minutes, I think. We've had the 96 minutes now. Watford 2, Luton 0. Selvig clears upfield. Headed away by Walters. Asgard hooks it forward. Jacob Brown is after it. Will get there first down the right-hand side. Brown, right edge of the penalty area. Still Brown, whips the cross in, but too high. And it'll roll out of play, will it? Where Andrews will keep it in over on the far side. Clears it up towards the halfway line. Added time of added time in the derby. Get your calls in to Luke. Tweet at BBC Sport 3CR. You can WhatsApp 08000 321 333. You can text 81333. Start your message. message 3CR. Lots of ways to get involved between now and 3 o'clock here on BBC Three Counties Radio, where Watford are going to win the derby. They'll make it 3 home wins in a row in this fixture. Luton 3 wins to the good, of course, at Kenilworth Road. The home team again is going to prevail here. Watford 2 up in 23 minutes. They've kept Luton out in this second half. Better from Luton in the second period. Not too many clear-cut opportunities now, though. Brown flicks it onto Adebayo, hooked away by Serialta. Walters down the right-hand side. Jones slips as he tries to play the ball forward. Jones again for Luton, trying once again to find a way through, trying to win it back off Kayembe, and Kayembe clears the ball upfield. Trying to the last, Izzy Jones, Luton's man of the match, as I've repeated, but by a country mile for Watford, as the ball goes all the way through to Selvig, and the referee has a look at the watch. Loser's been excellent, but Tom Ince for me. Goodness me, if ever a derby fixture was demonstrated by a player's performance, it's Tom Ince. Watford prevail. It's a Watford victory at Vicarage Road. The points are Tom Cleverley's over Matt Bloomfield. Watford end the run of 5 successive home defeats. They move to within 3 points of the playoffs. It's 12 games without a win for Luton. 8 games without a win since he took charge for Matt Bloomfield. It's Watford's day, and that first 25 minutes, they just created the opportunities. Could have had more, actually, in the first half.
Yeah, I thought it was an outstanding first half performance from Watford. Probably the best I've seen them play this season in the first half. And to do that in a derby takes some doing. And I won't be too critical of their second half performance, Watford, because I think they sat on that 2-0 lead. Yes, they were a bit more passive. Yes, they didn't dominate the ball how they did in the first half. But I think they were quite comfortable defending, believing that Luton didn't have enough quality to hurt them in that second half. So great performance from Watford, especially in a derby game. To put that performance in, they will be delighted, and Tom Cleverley will be delighted with that performance.
They didn't have enough quality, did they, Justin?
No, I think Derek's nailed it there. I mean, what Watford had with Luton was that bit of quality. Asgard for Luton is a quality footballer. He's just not on the ball enough for my liking. And it's composure. When Luton had that chance from Izzy Jones, who was, as you say, absolutely outstanding today, when he had that opportunity, the composure wasn't there. If that goes 2-1, you never know. Biggest frustration for me in the second half, Luton came out with the intensity, with the press, with the fight. Watford were on the back foot. Why didn't they start the game like that? That could have been a very different derby, but unfortunately it's another away defeat. It's the same old story. The opening goal was a mistake at the back. It was a gift, an absolute gift to Watford, and now I just can't see how Luton are going to get out of this. You're expecting this side, who have won 7 games all season, to suddenly win 6 out of the last, 10 or 11. I just can't see it happening, and that's a real disappointment. Nobody would have thought that Luton would be going down to League One after being in the Premier League 12 months ago, but it's happening right now. They just can't change it.
8 games without a win, just quickly. Is Bloomfield under pressure?
It's difficult to say. I mean,
there's been no bounce, has there?
There hasn't been a manager bounce, but he came in because there was a real issue. And the players that he's got, like Izzy Jones, you've seen they're making a difference already today. I just think you need to judge him maybe in September, October. He needs time. He doesn't play this system. It seems to me like they sign players in the transfer window to play 4 at the back, and they're going with 3 at the back again. I don't know, difficult, but he's got to win and win soon. I did feel like the script maybe was written for him today to win his first game here at the local rivals, but it just wasn't to be.
Okay, thank you, Justin. We'll hear more from Derek in a moment with Luke, and of course you can have your say as well. Lots of ways to get involved. All the reactions are come. Watford players celebrating at the Rookery end. The Derby Day honours are theirs. Full time at Vicarage Road. Watford 2, Luton 0.